Love or hate her, there's no arguing that New York native Onika Tanya Miraj single-handedly dominated the rap game since the late 2000s and continues to create history within a male-dominated field. The self-proclaimed Black Barbie got her big break when she signed to Lil Wayne's label imprint Young Money alongside other top-charting rappers like Jimmy Brooks, aka Drake, and hasn't eased up off the brakes just yet. It's undeniable Nicki had all of us in a chokehold at one point in time, but over the years it seemed as if more and more people just weren't feeling Papa Bear's mama. Things really took a turn for the worst when rapper Remy Ma came for Nicki's neck when she released a diss track titled Sheether that left Nicki fans, the Barbs, holding on to their Barbie chains for dear life. To add insult on top of injury, Cardi B was still fresh on the rap scene, and like clockwork, fans immediately began comparing the two. Fighting words were exchanged, shoes were tossed, and it was all pushed by a potential hate train, allegedly conducted by the Breakfast Club. But what if the so-called hate train was conducted by an even bigger power? Atlantic Records has entered the chat. So, was this hate train authentic? Or was it all a part of a skillfully planned out mission to take down Nicki Minaj? It's been a long time coming for Nicki and all of her sons within the music industry. Over the years, we've seen female MCs step to the plate in hopes of becoming the next Nicki Minaj, with little to no prevail. Absolutely no one was seeing Nicki. No one was on her level, nor was anyone worthy enough to get a response out of her when prompted. That is until early 2017, when the female rap game had been shaken harder than a New York drill beat. Blindsided by Sheether, the Nas-sampled Nicki Minaj diss track abruptly dropped by conceited rapper Remy Ma, Nicki nor the fans knew what had hit them, but nonetheless people were here for the drama. Apparently, behind-the-scenes beef between Remy and Nicki had ensued, unbeknownst to the public. But what we all want to know is what started the beef. Well, it was all good just a week ago, and by a week ago we mean up until 2017. Matter of fact, the two sung each other praises, more so Nicki to Remy dating all the way back from before Nicki's career really took off. Over the years, Remy has also shown Nicki support, and during an interview with Hot 97, Remy insisted that Nicki had never done anything to her after being questioned about all the slick disses she's been alleged to have done behind the scenes and on tracks. One example being on the featured Fat Joe song All the Way Up remix, where Remy rapped, "I don't want to hear about your records and big numbers, 'cause I was up top 7 winters and 6 summers." Another example being on the featured song Wait a Minute by Fresher, where Remy rapped, "Will I smoke this B? Yes. Probably fail my piss test. Get rid of those fake breasts and put a vest on this B's chest." Back and forth between the two persisted via lyrically, Nicki seeming to have taken a dig back at Remy on her Gucci Mane featured song Make Love, where she raps, "Silly wabbit, to be the queen of rap, you gotta sell records, you gotta sell plaques." So, to be clear, Nicki and Remy were taking shots at each other lyrically. Although never confirmed, I think it's safe to say that we can put 2 and 2 together and read between the lines. In response to the response of the public, Remy had stated that the reason for the diss track being released was because she felt like as long as, and I quote, "this is the way it is," no woman was going to be able to succeed unless they sounded a certain way or looked like Nicki. She went on to say that if female rappers aren't bowing down to her being Nicki, then they'd never make it. Needless to say, the diss track was the talk of the town weeks after the initial drop, and this would be the point where radio personalities would add their 2 cents. More specifically, Power 105's The Breakfast Club. More specifically, Charlemagne the God, who gave Nicki Donkey of the Day for not responding to Remy Ma's diss track right away. Nicki felt as though this Donkey of the Day title she had received had malice behind it, since this wouldn't be the first time Charlemagne had called her out. In 2017, Nicki actually texted both Charlemagne and DJ Envy, calling them fraud and phony for not saying anything about her 2 slick disses made toward Remy on the Make Love track. as well as on Jason Derulo's Swallow. Even Char and Envy did drop a bomb sound effect during her verse when they played both songs. Charlemagne then went on to say that he'd love for Nicki to release a verse about bars instead of album sales, hinting at the other diss track, No Frauds. A few months later, Charlemagne would rattle some feathers once again when he called Nicki's verse lazy and whack during the Breakfast Club's Rumor Report segment for her verse on 2 Chainz's song Realize, deeming Nicki's flow boring and repetitive. Just 2 months later in August, Ish had really hit the fan, and Nicki had called out Charlemagne the God live on her Queen radio. This is where Nicki had accused him of starting the Nicki hate train and blackballing her music, to which Charlemagne responded a few days later, denying everything, insisting he loved Nicki and had a solid relationship with her up until he said her song Anaconda was whack. He went on to sing her praises, calling her the leader of the new wave femcs, ending his statement off with, "Nicki, we love you. We just don't want you to become the rap game's Monique. We don't want you blaming everybody but yourself for whatever issues you may have. We love you for real." Everything seemed fine and dandy, and the hatchet appeared to be buried alongside Remy Ma's music career, till September of that same year, when Charlemagne and those over at the Breakfast Club pushed for Cardi B's song Bodak Yellow to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for The Culture, which leads us into the whole motorsport fiasco. During an interview with the UK's Capital Extra radio station, Cardi briefly spoke on her feature with Nicki and had said that it was a perfect opportunity for her to boost her career and hop on a track with the hottest acts in hip-hop. In response to that interview, while paying Beats One Zane Lowe a visit, Nicki had said that the only thing that hurt her feelings during Cardi's interview was the way Cardi seemed agitated when asked about motorsport. "I remember when I first came in the game, if a female of that stature had done a feature with me on it, I would only be singing their praises and saying thank you. The first interview she did after Motorsport came out, it just really hurt me. She looked so aggravated and angry, and the only thing she said was, 'Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that verse.'" The verse Nicki is referencing was the line where Nicki says, "If Quavo the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi," which was originally supposed to be, "If Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi." Cardi's label, Atlantic Records, had requested that Nicki change the line per Cardi's request. To sum everything up, Nicki felt as though Cardi was being shady toward her. In order to cool things down, Nicki had sent a $5,000 luxury basket when Cardi's daughter Culture was born. But even that didn't last long. It would be 2018 when we'd witness Cardi throwing her heel at Nicki during New York Fashion Week, and the infamous knot photo had spread across the internet. Allegedly, Nicki had been caught liking a tweet taking shots at Cardi's parenting, to which Nicki denied. Fast forward to the release of Nicki's Queen album. It'd be more suspected that Nicki was being blackballed by certain radio stations. The rumors began dating way to 2012 after Nicki performed her songs Roman's Revenge and Roman Holiday at the Grammys, which apparently ticked off a lot of people, and the Grammys haven't invited her back ever since. Nicki even accused Spotify of punishing her due to releasing a snippet of a song from her album on her Queen radio. Spotify responded, stating that they've supported her with a Times Square billboard, a host of the largest playlist, New Music Friday, and Nicki's song Bed, featuring Ariana Grande, saw an increase based on promotion Spotify put behind the campaign. In short, they've always supported her. Which brings us to our biggest Nicki conspiracy theory of all. Nicki Minaj was being sabotaged by Atlantic Records in hopes of getting rid of her. Now, as crazy as this may all seem, it isn't a reach to take into consideration the possibility of Atlantic Records skillfully plotting against Nicki in order to make room for her replacement. It's no secret Nicki has been dominating this rap game all on her own, being the standalone female for over a decade. Other acts like Iggy Azalea, the City Girls, and all those other dolls, aka Nicki's beloved sons, have come and gone like a thief in the night. But Cardi was the breakout artist that surely kept the Barbs on their toes. What if Atlantic paid Charlemagne the God and other outlets to push Cardi's breakout single with the hopes of stopping Nicki's bag? Doesn't help their case given the fact Remy Ma had also been signed to Atlantic. Remember, Remy came out and had said that Nicki had done absolutely nothing to her. But less than a week later, dropped Sheether and said that Nicki was stopping bags behind the scene. Okay, maybe everything is just one big coincidence and Atlantic didn't pay folks in order to take down Nicki Minaj. Maybe people were just tired of Nicki and used the whole Sheether era to express their disdain. Well, what if I told you I can prove that Atlantic intentionally tried to ruin Nicki's career? Allegedly. UK-based rapper Lady Lesher has come out and put Atlantic in the hot seat, claiming they were the ones who offered her a $270,000 deal in order to diss and go against Nicki. She'd end up turning down the offer, putting her integrity above all else. But wait, she isn't the only one who's blasted the label before. Rappers Cupcake and Angel Hayes have both spoken about being offered similar deals to go against Nicki. Take this information and do with it as you will. I'm not saying Atlantic is the main culprit, but I am saying that something isn't quite right in the buttermilk. Other labels wanted to duplicate the Nicki Minaj formula. From a business standpoint, it makes total sense. But again, do with this information as you wish. The hate train has seemed to die down in recent years, but it seems as if some of the topics Nicki spoke on in the past have come to fruition. By no means am I solely pointing the finger at everyone else and saying that Nicki herself didn't contribute to her own attempted demise, but the Nicki Stop My Bag era was definitely one for the books. She's still the best-selling female rapper of all time, and at this point, I think it's safe to say that Nicki Minaj is here to stay. Do you believe Atlantic Records had something to do with the assassination attempt of Nicki Minaj's career? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. And stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.